extraterrestrials, or maybe the true meaning of life, then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Green zone. Greetings all, this is the beginning of the question submission process. I will continue that. You submit questions to the web and I will answer them or channel them or whatever we're going to be doing. This is one section. I'm going to do another one after this. This one is for Oppenheimer and Ronald Reagan. Oppenheimer is part of the Manhattan Project, part of the, he helped create the atom bomb or the atomic bomb, whatever they call it, that hit Japan during World War II. So we're going to go through, so this is kind of like a special. And then after this, we're going to shut this off, start another one, and we're going to go more into the question stuff. So that's the deal. Webinar, I have some updates on webinar. It's going to be done a lot differently. I'll go into that later. I'm going to be doing this more full time, so we'll see how it goes. Spirit World is letting me do this now. The alien world's been super quiet for a reason. I just don't know what that is, doesn't matter. Well, we got to connect to ourselves and make our world right in the universe, you know what I mean, spiritually wise. So that's what we're, so, you know, we can connect to all the aliens we want to, but we got to fix ourselves, you know what I mean. So that's what this is about. This is why I haven't been channeling many aliens recently, and we'll see how that goes, because they want the spirit world has a lot to say, and I've been ignoring them, and so we're going to tap into them and put more of their information out there. So more is coming. Oh, another thing, I'm probably going to do more a day on this, like channel updates or news of what's going on, because, you know, we have our lovely election is coming up in the United States, right? We're all looking forward to that one, aren't we? Same old crap, but that is coming. It will happen in France. I'll give you a quick update with France. What I feel, it's just, obviously there's a lot of things going on with that, with the terrorism in France. What I've received is just, obviously there's tons of things going on with that, but one of the main things I picked up was that I'm getting too thin. There's different things. There's actually several things at once. One was to lower our vibration of our planet. That's one. Not necessarily that was about what it was about. Another thing is for news commentaries, getting them something to talk. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, they gotta give our news people something to do too. You know, they got billions of dollars in these companies. They gotta keep things moving. They have to keep the show going, the theater. So that's a big thing. Next is when it happened, or after it happened, I felt that many guides were speaking to their, I don't know how you word that, the people that they're guiding, and they decided if they wanted to go through it or not. That makes any sense. So spiritually, they decided to say, yes, I will go through this. Or because of understanding the spirit world and the alien world, they see all these things happening way ahead of time. So you know, these things can be avoided. So the souls that this happened to as for being murdered by these things, they chose it for their own reasons. Some wanted to take the out point, they had other reasons to it, and of course they don't remember it. Sometimes. When they cross over the other side, some don't cross the other side. The trauma of their human life is still there, so that's what the deal is. So there's a certain, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot to tap into. Okay, without further ado, yeah, these videos are going to be all sporadic, so, but yeah, I'm probably going to do one a day. We'll see how it goes. News updates, spirit news, we'll see how things, let's see how it rolls out. Okay. As for webinars, that's going to be a chance of it, but it's going to be not what you think, but I'll put that out later. So blessings all, blessings the universe. It's so frustrating for me to be in this human experience again. I am Oppenheimer. My lifetime on your planet, for a while, seemed reasonable, made sense. But then, up to the time of the bomb, the actual setting it off, seeing death everywhere. My mind changed. I changed. I was never the same again. Because I felt that everyone that was murdered, that blood was on my hands. Of course, we dropped 2 bombs. So both, everything. Dead bodies, dead souls on my hands. I still have not forgiven myself, and I don't think I will anytime soon. I have a Syrian background. Serious B, where life was positive, joyful. When I come to this world, I don't have any joy. Not anymore. Most of my life was filled with science, ideas, no God. Science and ideas. God was there, but I did not acknowledge him or accept him. Not really. If I did, say I did. Spiritually, no. But after the bombs went off, I was never the same again. I'm not sure if I wanted to. I felt like I was below God, below everyone on this planet. Just a deep depression of human exile. I exiled myself from human existence. Even on the other side, in spirit, I live in isolation, still connected to this world. What happened? Happiness isn't something I find easily to connect to. It's going to take years for me to get over what happened. The idea of the bomb was made so much sense, but yet its destruction it left behind wounded me and took me from my soul, damaged me as a person. I am nobody. I am nothing. I'm not worthy of God or anything. Not even the devil. No one. I lost myself. And even on the other side, I am not alone. There are others, maybe not as extreme as I am, that are still connected to this place, to this world, unable to let go of one's mistakes. The decisions we have to make in this world is just horrifying. The death of the atomic bomb, the lives that were lost still live within me. Just all of that lives within me, even on the other side, still lives within me. I can't let it go. Even those on the other side, I find connecting with them uneasy. The horrors I done to this planet. And what was to come afterwards was no better. But at the time it felt so right. But then when the day came to do the drop, never did I imagine I'd never be the same again. It was like I switched to another person. And I haven't been able to let go of that. Still. I don't think I ever will be able to. Even as it's just life is a story. It's just a story. Events happen, but still. They affect so many. Even those lives that were lost wounded me, but those that lived through it, I've lived through their pain. Escaping the events is impossible for me. I just find it so hard to let go. Having one's mind of genius, of ideas, and then you have the ability to destroy the world. And you become someone else. The world destroyer, is that what I want to be? No. A conqueror of worlds is one thing, but a destroyer is something else. Who am I to even think to be in that position to do such a thing? never been the same since. Being even being experiencing this is too much. It's too close to this world. It might be forever by the time. For me to let go of all of what happened here will be forever, it feels like. Who am I to do such a thing to so many? To be a part of it. To tear this world apart. Tear its soul apart. So many innocent lives were affected by it. The trouble I go through every day. Those lives still live with me, even if they have gotten over it on the other side. I have not. I will not. It's why I put others through. Hello. I am Ronald Reagan. Fancy this. Most Americans will not believe this. That is unfortunate for them, because that means they don't have much of a I guess I'd rather live the dull life. The reason I am here is to send blessings to all of you of this country, for you all to put up with our political nonsense in this country. The United States is quite humorous I'm not sure if it's a great way, but it is humorous on the other side to see what is going on, how the political world is a cesspool on your world. It is not fun to watch, but it is educational for us. It is the same thing over and over again. You realize so many that fall for the same old lies. It is unfortunate. Of course, I was no different than anyone that is out there right now. I'm just a different face. It's always different faces, different times, same agenda over and over. Keep the public asleep, keep them consuming, keep them from the reality of your planet, which is spirituality, aliens, is part of it. But spirituality is true. They want you to keep you from being as unspiritual as possible, especially the way psychics are today, how they are even unspiritual, because they're charging large amounts of money, and they're wrong all the time. Not all the time, but some. And it's just, there's almost as corrupt as your politicians. Spirituality should be for free. Spirituality should be something that is like air, is flowing always. Of course, when I was in office, there's no such thing as spirituality. All it was about power, greed. I pretty much lost my... It is true, my mind was never quite there. I had to face that everybody. I was there at the right time with the right words and delivered the same old, basically. Much regrets, but remember how old I was. My mind wasn't exactly working too well, and besides that, I wasn't really running the White House anyway, and I wasn't. And that's how it is today. Of course, you'll hear about it later, but currently, it's never the president that is running your country. Never. You need a figurehead to keep the peace, somebody to love, somebody to hate. That is why we are there. That's why you need a president. You have several presidents. You can call them what you want, but they are not in your public arena, really. I think it's pretty obvious who they are. Your global elites are many. And during my time, I was threatened many times because I wasn't always going to go by what they were telling me. Yes, my life was threatened several times. And this wasn't from the outside, this was from within government. Yes, JFK is if you want to follow his footsteps. That's one way of putting it. They have another way. It is unfortunate how your world is. Yes, I understand it's part of your political climate, part of your learning of your society, of your world, but realize it does not have to go on forever like this unless you want it to. You can have a government without corruption. It is possible. I guess you could say at this time, it does not matter who is delivering the message, but what matters is the message itself. And the message is, you do not have to go on forever like this. Realize those in your political world are newsworthy of your 24-hour news. Remember, they're paid a lot of money to shovel all of this shit down your throat. They're gonna, even if they don't believe it, they're gonna have to. They believe it. If they're all sick of their jobs, they're getting paid a lot of money to keep the American people in a hypnotic trance. And this Donald Trump is no different than your Barack Obama. It's the same thing. In some ways, it's worse. Political corruption is a boiling point in your country. The black ops, black helicopters, black projects that are constantly in flux. Psychic wars that are going on. I was aware of most of this. Remember, my age and my mind was not working for quite a long time as I was in office. Most of the time was not working. That's why I have a vice president to run everything. That's part of the CIA. What a coincidence, don't you think? As for your political climate for changing, that is up to you. When you connect spiritually, you see a whole nother story but you don't believe it. You don't believe that there is pretty much no one in government that's there for the people at all. It's just a mirage. especially reptilian activity, Syrian, Palladian activity there that is not very friendly to keep politicians in line. Are they aware of this? Are the politicians aware of this? Unlikely. Usually no. But I was well aware of much of what was going on, but I kept quiet. Especially when you have a reptilian telling you off because you're a coward and telling you that he can smash your brain in or something like that. These aren't things that you want to remember or go through again. Especially they had many mind-altering technologies that were erasing my brain constantly. Stopping time, erasing my mind, happened all the time. Now I see this, then I did not. And you can say I did not help my Alzheimer's at all. You would say it triggered it in many ways. As for your political climate, yes, connect to yourself and not to them. Trust yourself. Speak to your guides. Connect to your guides, and then look at your political landscape. And see what you can do differently. How you can look at it differently. How you can interact with it differently. Meaning, step away from it and don't give them any attention at all. You can psychically send them a message. Because they will hear it. Yeah, tell them to fuck off. Political climate here is grotesque. Because they're sellout after sellout. It's the only way to make it in Washington if you sell out. That's how it works. You're for the people, caring for the people, it will not last very long. Because that's not what they're for. Free energy, free food, clean water. They don't want these things. They want you hypnotized and unawake. It's up to you to reverse the process. There's much more, but that is enough. Just the human experience is. I haven't been here like this, and it is quite amusing. Good night. Hopefully that helped so far. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to start up another one to go into more of the questions. One more thing is Reagan's still here. Reagan has more to say, but he's still getting used to this whole channeling thing. The other thing is I was looking at Skeptics and James Randi. He's like, I forget how old he is, 87, something like that. He's been here ages ago on this planet, reincarnating constantly. I'm not sure when. Atlantean times, maybe. The feeling I got from him is that he was running away from. He had alien lifetimes that weren't very pleasant. Wars, not the Orion Wars. This is something else. And he came to this world when you say, got rid of the aliens. And all the alien experience went away. I would say maybe near the time the end of Atlantis. The reason I go for Randy is that the skepticism. How are you this disconnected from everything? Because spirituality disconnected from God, disconnected from pretty much everything. Basically, it's like, from what I gather, is like he came to this world running away from something. He didn't want any aliens, nothing to do with it. So he reincarnated here any chance he got. And so anyone that brings up an alien or psychic abilities, anything like that, calls it a hoax. It's easy for him to do that because in his mind, I guess you could say they didn't do him any favors in other lifetimes. Yeah, I think they're charlatans. He's cut off spiritually. He doesn't quite understand. Perfect example. Notice there's a lot of fear in him. I'm not sure if you noticed this, but he didn't come out that he was gay. He finally did in 2010. I looked it up. I wasn't looking for that. I just sort of found it. Because looking him up a little bit. But notice there is fear there. His fear to come out a long time ago. So there's the reason I bring up Randy is because these skeptics got a reason why they're skeptical. They're not just like that for the whole of it. They've had many, just like atheists. You can say I'm an atheist in some ways. I don't believe in the God that they're selling in the Bible. I believe in God. So again, I'm not an atheist. But I believe there's a God. I just don't believe the one that they sell in religion. So they have their reasons. Gee, I wonder. I mean, that's completely understandable. As for atheists, it's completely understandable because of religion. Because religion is the last name from spirituality. It's the opposite of spirituality. There's no loving God there in those religions. No. Buddhism, maybe. But anyway, with Randy, it's interesting. And all skeptics, for him, because he's the biggest one, at least I know of. And it's just, he's cut off from so many different things, but yet there's fear in him. So it's fascinating. It's like no matter what you do, he's going to cut it off. He's just going to, it has nothing to do with spirit guides. Spirit guides are very frustrated with him. He's very arrogant. Stuck in his own ways. They can't interconnect with him. They just don't. So now he's approaching death. Soon, but when he does, when you're in 80 something, yeah, living forever becomes a little bit impossible when you hit that age, which you never know. You start. I mean, I think with him, he's going to reincarnate as a ghost. I don't think he's going to cross the other side. I doubt it. So. In some ways, I feel like he's not in his body a whole lot recently. I've just been told that. So, who knows? But these skeptics are interesting because they think all psychics are charlatans out to get your money and all that. But yet these skeptics aren't connected spiritually at all. They don't believe in anything. I mean, we just showed up on this planet on our own somehow through science, and we're on this planet all by ourselves. This is pretty nice to think that. We're not grown up enough to see the aliens because we got to get our stuff together for that to happen. We have to grow up. Well, spiritually grow up. Of course, when you come to this world, all your happiness is ripped out of you. It's all the freedoms from other worlds that you played in world where you can do whatever you want, and you come here and you can't do anything you want. So, yeah. It's not an easy world to adapt to. And those that adapt, reincarnate here over and over and over. They've been here forever. They find it very easy to adapt because they're so used to it. So it's so hard for them to become spiritual because they've been here so long. So it's easy to see their point of view. Anyway, because I don't have any much more to add to that. Something else might come up about Randy and all the other skeptics. I mean, obviously it's good to be skeptical, yes, but I'm skeptical of their skepticism. So, who are they? Do they know themselves? Not really. About their spiritual house, how's that doing? It's not looking good. Not really. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna close this one down and start up another one. So, everybody's here. I'll be back.